People ask me all the time, Anthony, how do you stand it sitting outside when it's 22 degrees? And I say, because I'm a man. That's right. A man. All right. And so men collect a lot of toys. You know that saying, whoever dies with the most toys wins? I'm just living with the most toys. And one of the things that I was a child of the 70s. So one of the big things, in our childhood was model kits. So it's so cool that I got a model kit deal yesterday. Because now these are Aurora coffin boxes. They're just amazingly collectible. And this is like a Madame Tussauds Chamber of Horrors, a guillotine from the French Reign of Terror, where they were just cutting everybody's head off. I think those were the liberals against the ruling class or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to get political. Here's Blackbeard. This one's, that's all. This is what's called all on the trees, when nobody broke it off and it's never been used. And then it's got the instructions. Some of these instructions from these 60s things are worth $30, $40 just by themselves. This is litho, when was Blackbeard? Oh, 65, yeah, 65. So some of my favorite ones of all time, and a guy that is like a personal hero to me is like George Barris. That I actually have a cousin named George Barris. I wonder if we're any relation, because he was a genius. The guy who invented all these TV cars, the Monkey Mobile, the Addams Family car, and of course the iconic, super iconic, greatest vehicle in the history of television, the Batmobile. He built that. He had a shop in LA, and he did car builds for TV shows. And I think he just passed away like 2 or 3 years ago. But he built all the great cars, even the Beverly Hillbillies, their big rickety truck thing. He built that one too. So he was an amazing creator that just contributed so much to pop culture. I remember going into the five and dime stores, and there'd be like a whole row of model kits. They were so popular. And it's just been, it kind of erased from our culture, is just building model kits. I mean, I was totally into it. My brother was super talented. He would build, prop miniature type things that were like amazing, tanks and stuff. I got a couple World War II things over there. But the most popular of all of these were before my time. Oh, Dracula, 62. Wow. So people people buy just these. These are collectible. Look at that, that's so cool. 62. And look who did this art. Look familiar? James Bama, the guy who's so famous for doing all the Doc Savage paperback covers. So those are worth a fortune. This is the first Batman they did. Now that's 1964, the year I was born. So let's see if it's in better shape than I am. Somebody kind of started it a little bit. And again, you have this awesome new look Batman that Carmen Infantino and Joe Giella made famous. My friend Frank's dad, that's still doing commissions every day and drawing. These guys, when they made a living doing their drawings, they just can't stop. They have to do it every day. And that's why I get batches of of like stuff like that Virgil Ross stuff. You know, they had to do something. And after they retired, they never really retired. They still drew every day. This is really nice because, again, this is from the space era, and I remember watching Apollo missions when I was a kid, and I remember my brother built Apollo rockets and stuff like that. So this was still in the Mercury capsule, Gemini era, and the model kit of the famous, you know, like first American spacewalk. And nobody remembers who that guy was. I had to look it up too. It was Ed White. It wasn't Buzz Aldrin. It wasn't, you know, the guys you remember. So another thing that we used to do tons of was we would go to 7-Eleven, buy comics, and look, and I would always look to see what's the newest wax pack. Like, you know, there'd be half the candy racks would be wax pack boxes. Oh, Incredible Hulk, Bionic Woman, Masters of the Universe, MASH, the most overrated show in the history of television. Jesus Christ. How MASH got to be as popular as it was, I mean, there was always that big pathos of every episode. It had to be like, there had to be such a downer in every episode. Like Kiss, Planet of the Apes, the TV show, $6 Million Man. These are fun. King Kong. Oh, I love King Kong because King Kong was the very first date I ever went on. I was 13 years old. And I was in Las Vegas, and I took the prettiest girl in my class to King Kong, and it was an eat-in, dine-in restaurant theater at the MGM. The MGM was a property in Las Vegas, you know, that had an incredible, like, banquet seats, like what you go to now at like the iPic or whatever. So I always remember the first, well, I was 12 years old, 76. Yeah, I was in 7th grade. And we got dropped off there, and you know, I remember that. And my sign just blew over. Okay. Goonies, Dukes of Hazzard. So I've got a nice collection of wax packs. These are unopened, and they're wax packs because they're wax paper. And the funny thing about this is that this kind of wax pack concept was invented by gum companies to sell more gum. Oh, Marvel's Rub-A-Tattoo. Oh, The Dark Crystal. My kid loves that movie. AJ loves that movie. And he loved the new Netflix show of it. Alien. Ooh, an egg. Yeah, this is a cool collection. This is fun. Uh-oh. That's what we're looking forward to. Dune. Desert planet Arrakis. The Harkonnens. For the Father, nothing. Now that's a very underrated movie that David Lynch did when he was offered, the story goes, is that as a director, he was offered Empire Strikes Back, and he turned it down because he wanted to do Dune. Why? Because the source material, the actual literature, the books, were the most respected science fiction in the world at the time. It was like, wow, this guy created this amazing world, you know, that Herbert did. So that's what's cool about that. So he went on and he went and did Dune instead of Empire. Now these are really cool Marvel. They're just the actual wrappers. But these wrappers, that's a nice mint wrapper. Wow. That might be worth 40, 50 bucks. The 67 5-cent. I have an actual shipping case of the 5 cents. And then this one's this is like 72, I think. No, this one's 76. This is 72 then, right? Am I right? Am I right? Something like that. But the funny stickers is my favorite set. I had those like crazy. So that's another thing that's disappeared from the 7-Eleven or wherever you go, the hobby centers. You know, they just kind of migrated to the comic book stores, but then, you know, they don't really take up much space at the comic book store anymore either. So, you know, collecting cards. So that's kind of a flashback for me, for my childhood. You know, I collected comics, but I made models, and I collected these you know, sets of cards, and especially the Marvel stickers, the funny stickers where they were making jokes. So, and that's a deal that came in, a couple deals that came in yesterday that we did. Got a nice comic book collection in of all Bronze Age stuff, and this is the best book out of it. A Hulk 180. I think might have a chance at a 6 if I get it pressed better. But it's original owner collection. It was from a guy a little older than me. Had him in his attic forever. I mean, you know, this is 73, 74, right? And you know, he just decided it was time to start clearing out the house, because that's what people do, and that's how they recycle collectibles into the industry, and that's how I make a living, by recycling, repurposing, okay. Oh, there's my friend Jay. We're gonna do a deal on camera, but he doesn't know it yet. All right, so this is another piece of art that came in yesterday. I like it because it's what we call cover scene from the story. So this is the cover, and it's related to the actual story. And there's Superboy looking at himself as a monster. I guess it's sort of a play on the portrait of Dorian Gray, you know, that kind of thing. So, and then, so that's has the cover scene on it. And that makes, you know, usually, that makes like a $300 page, a $500 page, you know, it increases its value 50, 40, 50%. And there's my friend Jay D'Ambrosio. He's a happy, here, pull up a chair. Let's do a deal. What are we doing a deal on? Anything I can make money on? I don't know. No, he takes advantage, he's nice to me, and he takes advantage of the fact that he's good at being nice to people. Are you? He's got a corporate job where he has to try to be nice to people.
Got a bag of stuff for you, Anthony.
A bag of stuff? That's what I want to hear, bag of stuff. So you brought a bag of stuff.
I brought a bag of stuff.
Lest I digress. Well, let's see what you want. Let's show the people what they want, what it wants. What's that Guppy fan want? Oh, you escaped that one last week. My Raiders almost got you.
Playoff time.
Oh, so yeah. You know, I mean, I'm just astonished and baffled by the karma that is New York football. It's like, you're going down the stretch here, the Giants, you know, get this crazy win at Seattle because basically they're just like, oh, the Giants are coming in? Like, what do they call that? Like, they were looking past them. Yeah, they were looking past them because they sucked. And they get this astonishing win with a backup quarterback to take first place in the division. And then if they win a couple more games, they got the division locked up. No. No. We're not going to win a couple games, but the Jets are going to win a couple games. Oh. And they're going to just give away the first pick and win a couple worthless games that the fans can't even hardly enjoy because they're like, you know, Mets, Jets fans. They just want something to biatch about. And they got it. You win these two games and the Jacksonville Jaguars get the you know, chance at a generational talent. And that's just like...
Well, the Giants still got a shot, though, this week. I think if the Eagles win and they win the division.
Well, I don't know. All right, so
let's see what we got.
You know, this looks a lot better holding it in your hand, and I don't know if I'm gonna be so loose with this. Ooh, look at that. That's like a big panel splash. Who's this chick? Is she the ruler of the hand or something?
That's what it looks like, yep. I wish the Spidey image was a little bit bigger, but it is a beautiful page, 3/4 of a page splash.
And so this was an interior splash originally done by Umberto, but then they used it for a second print cover because I guess they thought it was menacing, and you know, Black Cat looks so cool, and they put the titling up here and stuff like that. So it's a second print cover, so it's a published cover. So you want to do some trading on that.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to try and see if we can work out.
And while he's doing that, remember my holiday special is still running.
I got some little books I told you I'd throw into the deal.
No, throw it in. Well, what do we got? What kind of value we got here? Micro series.
The Michelangelo's probably like a $40 book right now, but all Turtle stuff is pretty hot. That's the Michelangelo one-shot, the Raphael one-shot, then Turtle 17 from the 80s, one of the early issues where they first changed it over to the comic book size books, and then a couple other just.
So what kind of value is this?
The pile's probably $125, something like that. And you got a Mike Ruth sketch cover, colored sketch cover actually of X-23, taking Sinister's head.
Mr. Sinister's head. So she's taking head.
The opposite way.
How much are these worth?
And we got a J. Scott Campbell signature series, one of his exclusive covers.
Oh.
Beautiful cover of Rogue and Psylocke.
Oh, that's Psylocke?
Yeah, that's the 80s version. That's what was his theme for these covers, was to do the
retro.
80s, retro, yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Rogue
the belt.
with the belt. Yep, exactly.
I never saw that. Strowman, yeah.
Strowman Spider-Man.
Kind of a big, clunky Tim Sale Spider-Man.
A little. That's exactly what I was thinking. This one's nice.
Is it nice?
Adam Hughes drawing a beautiful woman.
I tell you, what I'm looking forward to. Oh my God, is that happening right now?
What's that?
Is it this week? WandaVision?
This next week, I think.
Oh, it's next week? Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I love the trailer. She looks so good. That woman looks so good, old-fashioned-y.
Yep.
Like that 50s housewife, Leave It to Beaver style that they do in the trailer. It's just like,
It's a nice half splash of X-Men Blue by Nate Stockman, the full team shot with Wolverine in a couple different panels. The young X-Men and that team that were running out there a couple of years ago.
Okay. This is like $300-400?
He charges $400 for a black and white sketch cover. Mike Ruth. So color, and it's from a few years ago. Plus it's good, it's a nice subject and so on and so forth.
What I was thinking this was the Esad run, but because Esad actually did Uncanny. Were they calling it?
I think it was before they called it Uncanny.
Uncanny, right? Yeah. You got a good memory. I only remember it because Esad was doing it, and then Jerome took over.
Pretty nice.
Ethan Van Sciver.
Ethan Van Sciver with a beautiful, again, almost splashy Batman in the middle there.
I think I had that issue.
I think
I sold this.
I might have gotten that from you.
Yeah.
This thing's so cool. Silvestri drawing a zombie Hulk.
Zombie Hulk eat brains.
And then we have another nice Silvestri. Dark Avengers.
I've sold this one too. I've sold this one before. That's funny.
That I didn't buy from you.
Who's the
that's
pretty
Emma
girl?
Frost.
Emma?
Yeah.
Is this the same girl?
That's the Cuckoos, her clones.
Oh, clones. Okay, yeah. I thought it was Triplicate Girl or something.
And then you got a Beast down
That's
here.
DC.
Cyclops up there. And this one is the last one. This is actually one of the first jobs Scott Williams inked. That's Scott Williams inks on Brett Anderson's pencils. And it's from Strike Force Morituri, issue 18. pretty interesting page. The book has a nice cult following. It's everything I got in here, right?
It does?
Yeah.
What kind of cult is that? One of those ones that, you know, the lizard god is coming?
Yeah, something like that.
And they're gonna take us all away? What do you value this at?
300 or so.
Oh my God. Can I get the money instead?
I would get the money instead.
No, I would get the money instead. Really?
What I can tell you is that another dealer has a splash from the same page. Not a full splash. It's kind of the same half splash thing. And he has it up for like $600 or $700. His is nicer.
I don't go by other dealers because I have the best prices in the business.
I agree.
How about I trade you a $20 cigar for $100 and we call it a deal? Look at these.
Those are pretty.
Oh, these are so nice that they only sell them 10 at a time. Not 20, 10.
No, be careful with them. Don't smoke them too fast.
Me? I can't even smoke a whole one of these. I smoke them a half at a time on ones that this big. You like cigars at all?
It's from time to time.
Well, if you're gonna, do you ever watch Great British Bake Off or whatever? Then one of the judges, one of her things was, oh, it's just not worth the calories, you know? And remember, my holiday special is still running. So every order over $100 will include a special offer card like this one, 10% off your next order. Did you get a T-shirt?
Not one of those, no.
Look at this. Joe Sinnott.
Oh, nice.
Surfer carrying a commission of him carrying comic art pages. Oh man,
Perfect.
So I'll trade you a cigar and a T-shirt and special promos of our January 10th Anthony's Comic Book Art Minicon happening at the Baymont by Wyndham, simultaneously with John Paul's Comic Book Show on the second floor. We'll be on the first floor. We rented a ballroom, and we have what I got going with Phil. What's his last name?
Russert from
Phil Russert. He calls his business Legendary Illustrations. He's out in Long Island. He was running that Long Island show, and he met a lot of artists out there that basically wanted some help selling their stuff. And he's going to bring Keith Williams and Larry Stroman, like you have a Larry Stroman commission. And Larry last time I saw him, he showed up with a nice table full of commissions, and I bought a few from him. And let's see, he's also working with Ron Wilson, Tony Cordos, Henry Martinez, and maybe a couple other guys that you may have heard of, Sean Chen and Billy Tucci. He's friends with them, and maybe he's, giving them help as needed type thing. But he might have some of their art at the show as well. So he's going to be bringing 2 or 3 artists. I'm going to have Riley Brown there. I'm going to have my friend Jay hitting me up for probably a Defender splash and complaining about what he paid for it later. We'll be debuting some more art like that, like we did at Bill Cox's streaming show that we did, and we'll be streaming from like noon to 1 again from that show. So we're trying to make it like a once a month thing, maybe, that we do a streaming show where we're wheeling and dealing. So that's about all I can plug.
We have a deal here, Anthony.
Oh, well, I still wanted that $100.
You want 100 on top of it?
You got a $20 cigar and a $25. That was costing me $25 just to make. You got a big bag of Greek food for me? Yeah, all right. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. For $100, tell me who the first American spacewalk astronaut guy was.
Neil Armstrong.
No. That's a horrible guess. Is there everything on there?
Astronaut, no.
Is there a tip on there? There's a tip on there? Is that the food? The chips on there?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Thank you. Anthony, I think we have a deal here. We do a lot of business.
Hey, you know, I got expenses. You just took the time out to drive over here.
And be on your film.
Oh, okay. Well, you should get compensated for that. Did you ever make a model kit when you were a kid?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
It's on the edge of it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of fell off, like in your.
It was when I was very little. It was a car.
Yeah. It kind of faded in that era.
My niece and nephew just got me a huge...
You know what I just realized? You know why model kits faded? Toys got better.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? The technology of toys and making toys got better to a point where like kids didn't have to make their own toys, you know, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, because yeah, that's part of what made model kits fade out. Look at this. Look at this thing. Landing craft.
Wow.
Motor powered. There's supposed to be a motor in here.
Yeah, it's there.
There it is. Where?
Right in your...
Oh yeah. These are the little motors. Oh my God. This brings back a lot of memories. You got a positive, negative thing going in and out, and these things would whir, and
probably a propeller to go on.
There's a propeller thing. Okay, for $100, name the greatest landing craft scene in the history of cinema. Oh, come on, it's a layup, it's a gimme, it's a...
The scene from Wolverine Origins. where
No,
him and Sabretooth
come on.
In the exact same scene you're talking about.
No. One of the greatest pieces of filmmaking that Steven Spielberg ever did in Saving Private Ryan when they land.
Yeah, that is a great scene.
They land on Normandy. Oh my God. That was, you know, if you ever read about that in Normandy, it's like, man, it was just full of holes that we messed up on.
Yeah.
And not to mention the fact, you know,
You're a history buff, man?
Oh yeah, I love all that. So I watch all those shows. So they didn't want to really give away where they were landing, you know, so they were bombing all over the place, and they were just sending the bombers in this way instead of like turning down that and like just lining up on the stuff, and then everything was getting overshot, and like thousands of French civilians got killed. You know, it was just like they were just devastating like French civilian towns and missing. And then they exemplified that in Saving Private Ryan, where they were taking like, you know, so many casualties and like just getting destroyed because they didn't have they didn't knock out the bunkers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was crazy. And then the British, they had these, this one guy they call, I forget his name, like Finnegan's Funnies or something like that. This inventor, he invented these tanks that hit the beach and had like chains on them, so that they would take out all the barbed wire and all the mines and clear a path so that the guys could get up the beach. And, you know, we didn't have any of that. Stuff like that. He had these augmentations to the tanks, and all our tanks just sank. Yeah, that was horrible. So anyway, all right, my friend. You know, I guess you try hard to be nice to me, and I'll be nice to you.
I'm sure we will do another deal, Anthony. And
Jay has a corporate job where he's supposed to be nice to people when he does deals. It's called banking, but never mind how sore they are when they get up. No, I'm just teasing.
Thank you very much.
And remember my holiday special, still running. Okay, here's your Happy Holidays card. Wait a minute. What? Okay, here it is. Here, you can use that at the show.
Awesome.
January 10th at Anthony's Comic Book Art Minicon.
Thank you very much, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. And if you are going to smoke something, smoke this.
I'm going to smoke that on New Year's Eve.
Okay. But pace yourself with that. It's strong and it's good.
I will.
And tell your lovely common law wife. What?
Pretty much at this point. Speaking of the devil.
She's such a sweetheart. So what's she working on? She's working on her true crime stuff? What
Yeah,
are you saying?
she actually has her novel being edited right now to
Oh, wow.
put out to publishers next year. Hopefully, knock on wood. Check out our website, shockinglyme.com, where she posts all of her short stories.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the HBO documentary of Patton Oswalt's
Oh, you should, yeah.
passed away wife and how she basically worked herself to death, I guess.
But solve that crime.
Did she really?
He
Did
just
that guy?
he just got sentenced. Yep.
Oh my God! How many people did he actually? Like 30.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it was all in the same neighborhood. Like where?
He was a police officer.
Oh my God! I didn't know that.
So
I
he would
guess I
know where
didn't
the
watch
cops
the
were.
whole thing.
Yeah.
It was multi-episodes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I always liked Patton Oswalt. I mean, I remember
He's an art collector.
a few years ago. Oh, he's a big superhero kid.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, he did a stand-up routine at San Diego, and I was trying to, and it was all about comics and comic characters and stuff like that. He did an appearance at that same theater that, well, you don't go to San Diego, but where Conan O'Brien does every year now. Anyway.
Hopefully there is a San Diego this year.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, they still have my money. I hope they're collecting interest on it. Do I get a break on the tables? How about just don't raise the rates from year to year, every year? All right, so that's our time with my friend Jay here, when we got to do a deal live on camera.
Thank you so much.
I
Anthony.
get a pile of stuff, and you get a Humberto Ramos Spider-Man cover. Where's the equity? I am too nice to my people that try to be nice to me and come by and do deals on camera. Anyway, I'm a sucker for people, my friends, that want to do deals on camera. And speaking of deals on camera, January 10th, Anthony's Comic Book Art Mini-Con and Wayne, and you'll be there, and you'll be telling everybody, and
I will be there.
Maybe you'll bring some other stuff to wheel and deal on.
Definitely. Looking forward to it.
This is my friend Jay D'Ambrosio. Oh my God. What a beautiful name. D'Ambrosio. You know what that means, right?
Fruit of the gods.
Fruit of the gods, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah, it's the fruit of the gods. And my name, my real name is Adonis, so I am God's gift to mankind.
That's why we get along so well, Anthony.
All right. So you got the food of the gods that feeds the gift of the gods. Okay. No, but my real name is Sinodinos, so Adonis Sinodinos, or Andoni Sinodinos. That's my Greek name. So I'm Anthony from Anthony's Comic Book Art, and this is my friend Jay, and thanks for tuning in and checking us out, and see you January 10th.
Bye, guys.
Keep calm and keep collecting.